Here we are at the pointy edge of this pandemic, having so far escaped the worst of it compared to so many other countries. Of course, it was only a matter of time before doing business would trump saving lives. Led by the New South Wales and federal governments, we're now facing the most precarious moment in this pandemic, as governments threaten to open up for business as usual, calculating what they consider an acceptable number of deaths measured up against business profits. I'm especially concerned to think that we are rushing to open up at the cost of the safety and the security of our children. As the World Health Organization has pointed out, the best way to keep children safe is prevention. That means avoiding children getting COVID. More and more children and young people are becoming part of the spread of COVID, and we still know so very little about the long-term effects it will have on them. In the US alone, some 15% of all new COVID cases are children under 12 years of age. In this context, and with growing case numbers in New South Wales and Victoria, the rush to open up schools is especially concerning to me, particularly given the number of schools that have been central to recent case increases in all three eastern states. According to the Australian Medical Association President of Western Australia, New South Wales's plan to rush back to school is neglecting our children and, in his words, bordering on child abuse. We're not out of the woods. That's the reality. In the last 2 weeks alone, 20,000 people have died of COVID in the US. Government should be acting to provide proper financial assistance to all workers and real supports for families struggling with homeschooling before rushing to open up the floodgates. Before we head back to school, we need proper preparation, including such things as air ventilation audits in all classrooms and school buildings, and all the additional staff that schools will need to support the myriad of practical health arrangements. Let's keep people's health uppermost and not rush to open up for business as usual at the expense of lives.